Hello, Joby Baker here, and I'm going to do a recording tip. Yay! Alright, so what we have here is drums. Lots of drums. I seem to be doing lots of drums these days, which is all good. I just wanted to talk to you a little bit about editing drums. I think Adam Dobry asked me to do this, so this is for you, Adam. This is a song that I wrote, and I recorded it to a loop that was 2 drum sets, and I didn't want to use a loop because it was a little cheesy. Actually, it was really groovy, but it had an element in there that was kind of cheesy that I didn't like. But anyway, so what I have here is a click. There is my click, very nice, to a grid at 90 beats per minute, and I played some drums over it, and it's pretty tight. It's pretty tight, but it's because there's 2 drum sets. The other drum set is a bit more elaborate. One of them is really holding down the groove, tight and steady, and the other one's got a little bit more play in it. It's a bit busier, and yeah, so there's more going on in that. So I'm going to leave that one the way I played it, more or less. There's a couple little edits in there because I was sort of figuring out as I was going. But the drum set that's holding down the sort of the bread and butter part of it, which is real straight, this one here, I want it to be really, really tight to the click, so that the other drum set, there's not too much flamming going on. Because if you've got 2 drum sets going, here, I'll play it to you. This is both drum sets now. It's a bit, actually that section is pretty tight, but it has potential to get flammy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cheat here a little bit. I'm opening up Beat Detective. I'm going to take, I've selected a section of the drums that I want to process. And then I go to region separate, capture the section, and then analyze it. You can see it's working there, it's analyzed. Now what it's done is it's put a line at the beginning of the transient of each beat. And I've grouped all the drums together so they're acting as just one sound. So then I go into back into Beat Detective and I separate the regions. So now I've got a whole bunch of little audio files that can be snapped to a grid. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go up to Event. This is Pro Tools stuff, so I don't know if you can do this on other programs, but I'm sure you can. And then I'm just going to go straight to Quantize. Pretty straightforward. Now, the only thing is, I don't like to quantize 100%, you know, so I'm going to bring it down to about 90% strength. And, oh, that doesn't quite work, does it? So select the region one more time, and then boom, done. So now we have 2 grid, the drums I played earlier. Now what we need to do is we need to fill in the gaps and create crossfades, which is called edit smoothing. We capture the region and smooth it over. So that fills in all those little spaces that was created through quantizing it. It moved the files around, which made little gaps. So now we fill those gaps and then put crossfades over the whole thing, so that now this section is completely in the pocket. Now that's with both drum sets. So it just tightens it up just a little bit. The other drum set hasn't been quantized, so it still has a bit of live feel and gives it a bit of soul. If I quantized the whole thing, it would just be a bit soulless. So so I tend not to do that unless I really, really have to. Yeah, so then the other thing I just wanted to show you is that in this particular song, because there's 2 drum sets, what I wanted to do is create some dynamic. So what I've done actually, let me just solo here, this drum set here. I broke it down. Let me get rid of the click. So what I'm using is I'm just using a couple of room mics that I've put distortion on the stuff to to make it sound more lo-fi. And then when the chorus comes in, I open up the other mics. So actually I didn't open up the kick on that one, not until the end. So I'm saving the kick on this second drum kit till the end. So it's got somewhere to go. So if you hear that in context with the track, hopefully that'll work. Here we go. Let's take that out of solo. And here we go, into the chorus. Very groovy, baby.